Now, from across the tri-states, this is KHQA Sports.
And tip-top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final. Yes, I know you're thinking wrong night because Wednesday is typically the slowest night of the local sports week, but not on this eve as the KHQA sports team dives headlong into the madness near and far. We'll start with a game that captivated all of Adams County tonight. Brimfield sectional showdown at Camp Point. Unity and Liberty going at it. A theory going around that maybe Unity was perfectly positioned to play this game because Liberty had their World Series against Payson. Will Klusmeyer proving it early. Lane Davis following suit, hitting down the short jumper in the paint. And then Davis again, the lay-in off the inbound. Unity would jump out to a 14-4 lead in this game. Michael Blewett, though, going to bring Liberty back in this one. The strong lay-in at the other end, contesting against that wonderful Mustang defense. Then Blewett doing it again, this time with the triple. Still Unity leading at the half, 25-16. Late in the third, Liberty down 12. How about Michael Blewett one more time? The and one. He finished with 26 points on the night. However, for all of Michael Blewett's heroics in this game, Unity had a finishing gear to them tonight, and it came courtesy of Alex Blickhand right here. Long distance for 3 of his 23 points in the night. One more from the athletic Mr. Blickhand to close it out. Unity is heading off to Brimfield on Friday. They get the win and end Liberty's fine run 66-59. And for their efforts in Brimfield, it will be Unity taking on Jeff Parsons' Kewanee Weathersfield squad. That should be a dandy ball game coming up on Friday night. More on that ball game coming up tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. How about the Quincy Blue Devils? They were the 3 seed opening regional play against heavily favored Alton, but not heavily favored anymore. How about Lincoln Elby right here to end the first half on a good note as Quincy High goes up 35-32 at that point, but we're not done yet. Elby playing distributor, looking for Alex Shute, aptly named and right on target for the triple. Barnell Thomas about to jump into the fray as well, driving and finding just the right spot. His jumper falls true as well, and then Alex Shute would close it out. The Blue Devils look sensational tonight. World beaters and knocking off and upsetting, if you want to call it that, Alton 64-48. So up next for the Blue Devils, a showdown with Edwardsville coming up on Friday night right back at home. Maybe the Blue Devils will win that one as well. Let's move to Missouri now. Class 2 sectional play tonight at Highland. Canton and Cairo going at it for the second time this season. First time around a blowout, but Gabe McKenzie and company in some trouble in the first period as they were down 18-4. Still, things would get better for Canton. This time it's McKenzie hooking up with Cameron Durst, who finished, kind of gets the thing ignited a little bit. And then Gabe McKenzie, the big fella, who had 18 points in the night, gets the personal foul, or actually the personal lay-in of his own accord right there. Later, it's Brandon Bearhorst playing distributor. That young man scored his 1,000th career point tonight. Good for him. He also had 18 points and that assist hooking up right there with Gabe McKenzie, who now gets the and one. And how about Tyler Neiman, Player of the Year candidate, looking smooth from right there at the top of the key where he likes to shoot that jumper. He had 18 as well. Canton survives the early scare, blows this thing apart, and wins tonight by the final count in this one of 69-62. Up next for the Tigers, a showdown with a very talented, very athletic Father Tolton team out of Columbia, which absolutely dismantled Lynn tonight. 69-49 that game set for Moberly Area Community College. The biggest obstacle of the night, Palmyra trying to face #1 ranked Eugene, who was blocking their path to the quarterfinals. But with Gumby in tow, things had to go well for the Panthers. And it was a great start right here from Trevor Menney, taking it strong for the first points of the ball game. He would be matched, though, at the point guard position by the sensational Cody Shaw, who had 19 first-half points. Shaw, you will see the full range of his game. This kid also has absolutely no conscience. Hit 2 26-footers late in the first half. Tell you what, kid can flat shoot. Many, though, with the answer at the other end. Tight early, and then Basil Keller knocking down the 3. Right here, it's a 1-point ball game as Palmyra would take the lead at that point. But Cody Shaw would extend his team's lead out to as many as 11 points in this ball game. That's where things get fun. A 12-0 run by the Panthers, 10 of which provided by Brock Butler, makes it a tight game. We get overtime late, but unfortunately for the Panthers down the stretch, they could not score the bucket they needed late. Wow, that Shaw kid is really, really good. Palmyra's fine season comes to a crushing defeat in overtime tonight. 73-69 was your final. How about the Palmyra girls? Could they do any better against Boonville? That's former Scotland County coach Jared Hunziker doing a nice job with the Lady Pirates tonight. His team up early. Here comes Palmyra. Kitty Hinkle had 8 points in the first half. 2 long threes. We'll show you both of them as she kind of gets her team a little bit of early separation in what was a tight game. Story in this game, though, thunder crack Lexi's back. Lexi Lawson, ridiculous night. You'll hear much more about that tomorrow as well. She had 19 points after missing the last 2 weeks. She was really good. Palmyra builds as much as an 11-point lead in the second half as Haley Nixon company just dominate the boards and the down low. Palmyra, as I said, saw that 11-point lead, though, trimmed to 4 late. How about the freshman, Nicole Krager, taking over and making a huge play when her team needed it, and that bucket would pretty much close the deal on this one. Palmyra is headed back to the quarterfinals as Chris Parsons' team gets the big win, 49-46, 45 actually is the final on that one. The interesting side product on this for Palmyra is they advance on to take on the #2 team in the state, Herman, which absolutely blew out Cardinal Ritter tonight. Todd Anderson, who is the coach at Herman, was a college roommate and college baseball teammate of Chris Parsons. So kind of a nice little rivalry working coming up on Saturday night at Moberly Area Community College. One more for you on the playoff docket. Knox County girls taking on Clopton. Winner headed off to the quarterfinals. Over at Moberly Area Community College, Spencer Hicks gets Clopton off to the good start in this game, knocking down the triple right here. But that only seemed to anger the mighty Lady Eagles in this game, who came out and just started throwing dogs. Amy Goodhouse. She's a good house. She's mighty, letting it all hang out right there. Beautiful bucket from her. Then Lauren Dale with the swipage and the beautiful swoopage at the other end. And all of a sudden, Knox County was about to get its groove on. Sarah Dooley had 21 points tonight to lead her team to victory. She has been so darn good down the stretch. Madison McCabe, look at the passing from the Lady Eagles as they flat closed out a really good Clopton team to advance tonight. Final count in this one, 69-44. Congratulations to the Lady Eagles quarterfinal bound. Up next for them will be a showdown with New Franklin coming up on Saturday afternoon. New Franklin a winner 46-39 over New Bloomfield. Some college action tonight. Start of the Heart of America Conference Tournament tonight, and Culver Stockton really taking it at Graceland. Remember, these two teams split in the regular season, both games high scoring. Why would tonight not be? James Johnson doing James Johnson things right there with the pull-up. Then Mario Gully going to extend. These guys just don't care. They'll knock down threes anytime, anywhere you give them to them, and that was the story for the Wildcats tonight. Johnson again with a 3, and then Allen had Zimahovic right there with a 3 as well coming up on your screen. Culver Stockton wins, rolls up triple digits, 105-89, your final. Finally tonight, bad news on 2 fronts on the women's side. HLGU, after the upset victory tonight, knocked off by the #2 team in the country. We had some highlights of this. They weren't very flattering to Hannibal LaGrange, so we kind of buried this for you. But we will tell you that Columbia College won 90-43. Nice win yesterday, though, for the Lady Trojans. And John Wood's season comes to an end as they lose in the Region 24 quarterfinals tonight to Lakeland in a heartbreaker. Final count in that one was 55-54. Coming up tomorrow, previews of the Q&E girls. Also, we'll talk more about the Palmyra girls and Lexi Lawson's big night, and a big night for the Unity Mustangs. All coming up this way tomorrow. We'll see you then, everybody.